Damn YouTube. Back at it again with another video. It is your boy Nitro here, bringing you some WWE 2004. First thing to notice, this is still TEW 2016, but we have Isol's skin. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Don't really know. Guy off of Great Dog Forms. Makes dope skins. Brought over his skin from 2013 that I always used. So we're now using that. We're using patch 8. And well, we got SmackDown booked, so let's go ahead and get into it. Go ahead and do the locker room incidents first. Funaki, alright. Okay, I'm okay with that. Then Brian Hebner, alright, cool. Both of them positive incidents, that's great. Let's go ahead and check the emails real quick. Show y'all what's been going down over the past couple of days. Shawn Michaels was annoyed about RVD. Orton was annoyed about RVD. Triple H was annoyed about RVD. There's the TV rating. Flair's building a clique with Anderson and Michaels. And then Bischoff basically pulled a Flair and got everyone to hate Flair. That didn't hate Flair already. He also got Sterling James Keenan to do it, which I thought was hilarious. Orton thinks that Bradshaw can't sell anything. And that was it. So now we can get underway with SmackDown. And we kick things off with the pre-show match, giving SJK his last tryout match. He had an in-ring performance of 17. I don't think we're going to be signing him to a developmental deal, but it's alright. Bradshaw obviously wins. And we go into the opening, which is the SmackDown opening video. And we're recapping this week the Brock Lesnar, Heyman, Hardcore Holly thing, where if you didn't watch in episode 2, Hardcore Holly fought Brock Lesnar in the main event for the WWE Championship. If Holly lost, he would lose his job, and that's what happened. So we do not have Hardcore Holly anymore on the roster, on the SmackDown brand. Brock Lesnar defeated him by way of Paul Heyman fast counting, so basically the general manager screwed Hardcore Holly. And after that, we go straight into a cruiserweight match. Ultimo Dragon versus Jamie Noble. Ultimo Dragon wins. Good. Ultimo Dragon definitely had the better in-ring performance of the two. Not both. Neither one going too good when it comes to that. I mean, I guess a 58's not bad, but it's not great either. Then we kick things off after that with our first promo of the night. Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar come out. Heyman's all smiley, Brock's all smiley, Hardcore Holly's gone from the company. They brag basically, and then Heyman announces that we're going to have a tournament now. A number one contenders tournament for the WWE Championship to see who's going to face Brock at the Royal Rumble. We're going to have, here, I'll type out the brackets real quick. We're going to have tonight in the main event, Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit. Misspelled Benoit, nobody noticed that. We have Rey Mysterio, the Cruiserweight Champion, taking on Eddie Guerrero tonight. We have A-Train taking on Rikishi. And in the last tournament match, we have John Cena taking on Rhino. So that is our WWE Championship Number One Contendership tournament. So who's going to go on to face Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble? Let's find out. We kick things off, match-wise, with the tournament match. John Cena defeats Rhino. And Cena definitely did not have the better performance, actually. Wow, he had 1 point less than Rhino. That's surprising. Not really, though, I guess, for this time period. But if Cena advances in the tournament. We then have a video recap of what Brian Kendrick did last week. If you didn't watch last week's episode, Paul London got a cruiserweight title shot because himself and Kendrick went up to Heyman backstage and asked if one of them could have a cruiserweight title shot. Heyman agreed, gave it to London for no real reason. He just pointed at London and said, fine, you get it. But during the cruiserweight title match, London looked as if he was about to win the title for Rey Mysterio. However, Brian Kendrick comes down and takes London out. And then takes Bray out. So that gets recapped. We then go into... Oh, I can do that right here. Dope. So I can I do both or no? Okay, cool. I can do both. Boom. And the gimmick change. Yes, got an initial rating of average. That's good. I like it. So then Brian Kendrick comes out. That did really good. Brian Kendrick comes out and grabs the mic before his match because he's dressed to compete, has a new theme song. Even though A Man with a Plan didn't come out until way later, he's going to be using that now. It's a fantasy world. I can do what I want. Basically, he comes out, grabs the mic, and says, I know that Mr. Heyman wants change. I know that Mr. Heyman wants opportunity, and I know Mr. Heyman wants to see aggressive. He wants to see aggression. And that's exactly what I did last week. That's because I'm tired of being held down. I'm not some comedy act. Yada, yada, yada. He basically just goes on to say he's not a comedy act anymore, and that he's here to prove himself on SmackDown once and for all, and that he is now a man with a plan. He is the Brian Kendrick. And out comes... And he basically, in the promo, he talks about Mysterio, Paul London, and he also mentions Heyman. So I guess those three, Ray and Heyman, really helped this segment get carried a bit. But other than that, yeah, this is a good segment. I'm very impressed with Kendrick. He didn't improve in anything, though, which is kind of but I guess it's alright. We go on where Brian Kendrick faces Billy Kidman. Did this bring the fans down? It did. Good. Kendrick, 41. Alright, we're going to have to work on that, Kendrick. He's getting better at his gimmick. That's great. Kendrick defeated Billy Kidman with a sliced bread number 2. This was something to give Kendrick a little boost and momentum, which definitely I feel like I achieved, so that's good. It got a 52D+. I mean, not really the greatest, but it's alright. After we cut backstage, Rey Mysterio and Eddie are watching the TV screen where they see Kendrick on like one of the ropes celebrating his win. And Eddie and Ray discuss what happened to Ray last week, and then Ray goes and brings up Chavo to Eddie, because last week, if you didn't see, Chavo Guerrero finally turned on Eddie Guerrero. And Ray basically mentions Chavo, and then they both discuss their match later tonight, where they're going to have the number one contenders match against each other in the tournament. Can I handle the changes right here? Yes, I can. Thank you. The turn went badly. Ooh, that's not good for Chavo. We go on to the next number contendership tournament. Jesus, can't speak. A-Train versus Rikishi. A-Train defeated Rikishi, which now means we know that A-Train will be facing John Cena in the next round. So that's good to know. And that was 73. That's really good. I like it. They both had the same amount when it came to in-ring performance, so that's alright. The Big Show is shown walking backstage with his U.S. title. Last week he announced that this week he would be having the U.S. title on the line in an open challenge, which gets answered by Billy Gunn this week. And Big Show obviously retains. Big Show had a good performance. It's great. He didn't get slowed down by stamina this time. That's great as well, even though the match was only 7 minutes and 45 seconds. But Big Show retains. He then cuts a promo saying that was too easy too. Next week, I'll put this title on the line again. I'm not going to stop until someone can stop me, so I'll never lose this title, is basically what he goes on to say. We then have, I used Miss Jackie in this angle as basically the interviewer because I needed to help with the Sausage Fest penalty. She interviews Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle brings up how tonight starts his redemption point once again to the WWE Championship. And then Chris Benoit comes up and says, well, you're going to have to get through me, and I'm not going to let you walk just past me. And they basically just have a stare down, I guess. We then go on to a video screen where both Eddie and Ray are on two different sides of the screen walking towards the ring, and it says up next. And then their match is up next. It did really good. Eddie and Ray both had great performances, and they have great chemistry. That's awesome. Rey Mysterio defeated Eddie Guerrero with a 619 following interference from Chavo Guerrero. However, Chavo also distracted Ray during this match. I wanted Chavo to cost Eddie the match, but I also didn't want it to put off like he was helping Mysterio win. So that's why I put in the note where Chavo distracts. So Chavo is not helping Ray win. He's just more or less making sure Eddie loses. And Ray doesn't realize that that Chavo helped him win, basically. But after the match, Chavo continues the attack on Eddie Guerrero until Ray makes the save, where they're both in the ring, so I mean, it's not really too much of a save, but Ray does help and push Chavo off of Eddie. And then after this, we have a graphic come up on screen hyping up that Chris Benoit versus Kurt Angle is the main event, and it's up next. And in our main event of the night, we have Kurt Angle defeating Chris Benoit in 20 minutes. And it was a good match. I mean, what more can you say? It was a great competitive match between two baby faces. And this now means that we will see Kurt Angle facing Rey Mysterio in the semifinals next week. And we will also see John Cena facing A-Train in the semifinals next week. However, After that match, Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit are shaking hands, but all of a sudden a ruckus is heard in the crowd, and out of nowhere, sliding in from underneath the bottom rope with a steel chair is a man dressed in casual clothing. He swings the chair, boom, hits Angle in the back of the head, boom, hits Benoit in the head, and just starts beating them down with chairs, hits the ref with a chair. He turns to face the camera, it's Hardcore Holly. And Taz and Michael Cole are screaming that he doesn't work here, he doesn't work here. Heyman's coming running down the ramp saying, "No, you're not supposed to be here. You're fired. I need security. Security. Security." And then basically we have cops come down in the ring. The cops arrest Hardcore Holly, and Hardcore Holly is taken out of the arena. But Hardcore Holly screams at Heyman, "You'll never see, or this isn't going to be the last time you see me, you son of a bitch." And that's how we end SmackDown. So Hardcore Holly, even though he's not employed anymore, Hardcore Holly is still around, and he is still making sure that Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman's life is a living hell. And that ends SmackDown. Again, not really the best SmackDown. It did lose its popularity once again, so we're definitely going to have to work on that. But other than that, yeah, that was SmackDown. So next week on SmackDown, we're going to have John Cena face A-Train in the semifinals, and we're going to have Rey Mysterio facing Kurt Angle in the semifinals. So what's going to happen with that? Predict in the comments below who you think is going to win the number one contendership tournament. Comment below what you think is the deal with Hardcore Holly, and make sure you tune in the next episode when we go on to Monday Night Raw in week 3. But other than that, take it easy, guys.